In this video, I'll show you how to install IPFS, go over some basic commands, how to connect with other peers on the network, and how to use the web UI. By the end of the video, you should be able to explore a lot of the basic features and commands for yourself. Alright, so first, open your terminal and type which IPFS. This will tell you where IPFS is installed and lets you know whether or not you have it installed already. It's likely you don't, but this command may be helpful in the future. If you don't, then you can type the following command into your terminal to get it. It'll be at go.get.github.com/ the rest of the command here. I've put it down below the video, so you can just paste it into your terminal. I already have IPFS, so I won't be running this. This will start to install IPFS for you. If it's taking a little bit, feel free to pause the video before moving on. Once the installation is complete, you'll need to initialize IPFS. This sets up an IPFS repository for you. To do this, I'll type IPFS init. When I run the command, I get this error here. You'll see this too if you ever run IPFS init again. You only need to run it once. But if this is your first time, you'll see some type of welcome message that includes IPFS and your personal hash value. After it's initialized, you can paste in the line shown at the bottom of your terminal. It'll say IPFS cat followed by a hash value and ending in README. That takes you to this welcome screen. Feel free to explore all of the commands they show you here, like about, help, quick start, and security notes. To me, it's helpful to go straight to the quick start. To do this, run the same command as before, but replace README with quick start. This shows you a lot of helpful information for getting started. I'll go over a few examples later of how to work with IPFS, but not specifically what is shown in this quick start. It's all laid out pretty well here, so if you'd like, feel free to run through with a Hello World example to get more familiar with everything. Next, you can look at a lot of the basic commands available by running the command IPFS. Scrolling through quickly, you can see that they're grouped into basic commands, data structure, advanced commands, network commands, and tool commands. Throughout the lesson, we won't have time to use all of these commands, but you can refer back to this to try some of them for yourself. And actually, this isn't even all of the commands available in IPFS. To get a list of all of them, run IPFS commands. There's no reason to memorize all of these commands, but it's important to know how to explore them. To do that, you can type in any command name followed by help to get more information. For example, try IPFS version help. I just took version from here. That gives you all of the information about what this command does. This version command is pretty simple, so try running it to see what version of IPFS you have installed on your computer. Looks like I have version 0.4.13. Also, you don't always have to use the terminal to learn more about these commands. You can also find them at ipfs.io/docs/commands. Let's check that out now. Here you see the same exact list of all the different commands that we were looking at before in the terminal. But you can click on them to see more instead of having to run them in the help menu. Alright, well let's get back to the terminal for now. Now that we're more familiar with IPFS, the next cool thing we can do is connect to the network. To do this is simple by running the command IPFS daemon. You should see a bunch of information come up giving you details about the different addresses you're connected to. Once this daemon is running, you'll need to open a new tab and leave that one running in the background. I'll do that by hitting Command T. That's all there really is to getting onto the network, but there's a few simple commands that are helpful to get started with. By typing IPFS ID, you'll see your node information, including the ID, public key, addresses, and more. Next, you can see what peers you are connected to on the network by typing IPFS swarm peers. What you get back is a list of all the other nodes on the network that you just connected to by running the daemon. They're the same nodes that would be uploading and sharing files on the network. Similar to how you ran IPFS ID for yourself, you can also run IPFS ID on one of these peers by pasting the hash value in after the command. Try this for yourself by typing IPFS ID followed by one of the hash values from the list. I'll take this one here. What you get back is the same information you had for yourself, but now for another node on the network. The last thing I wanted to show you is the web UI. This UI shows a lot of the same information you can get from the terminal, but it has some nice features you might like. To get there, open your browser back up and type in localhost 5001 web UI. What you'll see is that the URL updates to match your peer ID and a page that includes information like node info and network addresses. Over on the left is a menu which includes Home, which is where you are now, Connections, Files, DAG, and Config. By clicking on Connections, you can see all the same peers as when you ran IPFS swarm peers in the terminal. You can see them all on this cool looking globe and rotate it to see where everyone is. Scrolling down, you'll notice that all the peers are over on the right with just a single globe on the left. To me, that seems like an odd design choice, but I heard it was done on purpose. The space below Earth is because they're leaving room for all the other planets to fit in as this becomes an actual interplanetary file system. I'm not totally sure if that's true, but if so, that's an extremely forward-thinking design choice. Alright, besides this, you can also see all the files you have on the network. I've been doing some stuff here already, so I have a list of local files, but yours is probably still empty. You can upload any file here by clicking and dragging it to this box. Once it's uploaded, you'll see the ID here, and you can open either the raw file or the DAG. It looks like I uploaded a file that says new text file. I'm proud to have made such a great contribution to the network. Next up is DAG and Config. Feel free to check them out, but we won't be working with them much throughout the lesson. DAG stands for Directed Acyclical Graph, which is related to how IPFS stores information. Alright, so that wraps up this intro to IPFS. You've come a pretty long way already. In this video, you installed IPFS, went through the basic commands, ran the daemon, explored peers, and got set up with the web UI. We breezed through it pretty quickly, so I do recommend going back through things like the quick start and a couple of help commands. If you don't, you won't be lost or anything throughout the lesson, but the more you explore, the more you'll be able to do, so why not try it out? Coming up, we'll head back to the terminal to start working with files in IPFS.